Kim Yoona just turned 19. She's excited. She's finally an adult. But the celebration party isn't the main event. Her real gift is something she's been waiting for since she was 14 years old. A surgery, one that will change her nose and chin forever. Her parents aren't worried. Her friends aren't shocked. Nobody around her thinks this is strange. In South Korea, a girl turning 19 and getting a nose job is about as remarkable as a girl turning 16 and getting a car in the United States. It's expected and it's normal. But here's a question nobody at that birthday party is asking. Why did a 14-year-old start wanting to change her face in the first place? Walk around Seoul and the answer starts to become obvious. Plastic surgery ads are everywhere. Buses, on subway station walls, sandwiched between shops selling coffee and sneakers. In plain sight, hitting you right in the face. South Korea accounts for close to 25% of the entire global aesthetic surgery market. The International Society of Aesthetic Plastic Surgery ranks South Korea number 1 in the world with 13.5 cosmetic procedures performed per 1,000 citizens. 1 in 3 South Korean women between the ages of 19 and 29 has had some kind of procedure done, and the average age for a first procedure is 21 years old. Citizens of South Korea didn't just wake up one day and randomly decided to change how they look. This is a society that spent years telling its people something was wrong with the way they look. In 2003, a word entered the Korean language dictionary for the first time. The closest translation to this is Lookism, which means prejudice or discrimination based on physical appearance. According to a study published in the archives of plastic surgery, once Lookism took hold in South Korea, plastic surgery stopped being a subculture and became mainstream, embedded into how people think about work, relationships, and self-worth. Your face became your presentation letter. And that is not a metaphor, it's literal. Job applications in South Korea routinely required a headshot. A survey of human resources managers found that 60% of them said a candidate's appearance affected their chances of getting hired. So, when a young person in Seoul looks in the mirror and doesn't like what they see, the stakes aren't just emotional, they're financial and they're professional. The pressure isn't coming from vanity alone. It's coming from a system that has made beauty a form of currency and something that can land you a job. Lee Kun-hee, president of the Korean Academy of Facial Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery, told the South China Morning Post that when ultra-competitiveness emerged in South Korea in the 2000s, people began directly associating physical appearance with having a competitive edge. Looking good stopped being a bonus and became a baseline requirement.
Looks is very important in Korean.
I want to be handsome.
Now, let's add K-pop to the mix. The rise of Korean pop culture didn't just spread music worldwide. It spread a very specific set of physical ideals. Wide eyes, a high nose bridge, a V-shaped jawline, pale flawless skin, all of this together gets called the K-face. These beauty standards are everywhere, inescapable, reinforced daily by social media, and clinics understood this narrative immediately. Platforms like Gangnam Uni, a very popular app which connects over 6.7 million users to more than 3,700 plastic surgery clinics across South Korea and Japan, built entire marketing strategies around these ideals, running ad campaigns featuring well-known actresses with the tagline, "Accurate information to be beautiful." Along this, people started noticing that celebrities who openly talked about their procedures became more popular. One example of this was a contestant on a Netflix dating show who casually revealed her past surgeries and became the most beloved cast member of the season. The message being sent to every young woman watching and to 14-year-old Kim is that changing yourself is not a weakness, it's self-improvement. It's being smart about your future. But the problem is, once you start, it doesn't stop. A systematic review on cosmetic surgery and self-esteem found that low appearance satisfaction leads directly to low self-worth. And that for many Koreans, especially those of marriageable age, the social pressure is so intense that even after going through surgery, it still feels like it's not enough. Researchers described a cycle that resembles addiction. The environment keeps raising the standard, so the procedures keep multiplying. Korean pop artist Jessie described this exact pattern. She said, once you start getting procedures done, little by little, you just keep finding flaws in yourself, and it's really hard to control. There's a research paper that describes how beauty in South Korea is not really a personal choice. It functions as a social obligation. The pressure to conform is so normalized that people don't even experience it as pressure anymore. It's just reality. It's just what you do. And the consequences for those who don't comply are real and can include social exclusion, fewer job opportunities, and lower marriage prospects. A 2017 study found that in South Korean adults, simply having a higher body weight was linked to more depressive symptoms. The psychological toll of living in a society that grades you by appearance is not abstract. It actually shows up in the data. But behind the curtains, something very interesting is happening. Nowadays, the surgery culture is expanding and going global. In 2024, over 1.1 million international patients traveled to Seoul specifically for cosmetic procedures. Part of the appeal is price. A Botox treatment that costs $400 in New York can go for $30 in Seoul. But it's more than cost. The world has absorbed Korean beauty standards along with Korean music and Korean TV. The same ideals that made Kim want to change her nose at 14 are now shaping what women in the Middle East, Southeast Asia, and Latin America decide to do with their faces. In 2025, Gangnam Uni, the app we talked about earlier in the video, raised $30 million in new funding to expand internationally and now connects patients from 104 countries to Korean clinics. The export isn't just beauty products or K-dramas, it's the standard itself. The idea that there is a correct way to look and that if you don't look that way, you should fix it. And what's striking is how early it all begins. It's not like young Koreans wake up one day as adults and decide they need surgery. The conditioning starts in childhood. From a young age, South Korean women, and increasingly men, are bombarded with advertisements telling them what they should look like. A study from Oakland University noted that in South Korea, individuals are sometimes blamed for their own lacking appearances, as if being born with a flat nose or a wide jaw is a personal failure, a lack of effort, something you should have fixed by now. This is what researchers mean when they talk about beauty as a societal imperative rather than a personal choice.
I don't fit the beauty standards. I'm in theory way too tan. My nose bridge is not high enough. People around me would say things like, you have to work hard in school because you're not pretty.
It's not that people in South Korea are more superficial. It's that the culture they live inside has built an infrastructure that makes appearance feel like something you are responsible for managing, very much like a career. The show called My ID is Gangnam Beauty, which ran on Korean television, became a cultural flashpoint precisely because it touched this nerve. It followed a young woman who got plastic surgery after years of being bullied for her looks, only to face a new kind of challenge. Now, she was accused of looking fake, of not being naturally pretty. She couldn't win before the surgery and she couldn't win after. That's the trap. The standard isn't really about looking good. It's about looking like you were born looking good, even if you had to pay to get there. Now, let's go back to Kim Yuna. She turns 19. She gets the surgery she's been thinking about since she was 14. She heals. She looks different, and for a while, maybe a long while, she feels better. But according to research, there's a decent chance that within a few years, she'll find something else, another feature that doesn't quite fit the standard. Another procedure that will close the gap between who she is and who the culture tells her she should be. And it's not that she's ugly, it's just that the system she's living inside is designed to keep moving the finish line. At the end, the question isn't why South Koreans get so much surgery. The question is, what kind of society makes a 14-year-old girl look in the mirror and decide her face isn't enough?